And you know, it's amazing to see how the Rebbe, I was traveling in India 24 years ago in the Himalayas. I was, you know, going one pass, two pass, one river, another river, this glacier, that glacier. But it all was in the intention that one day I'll be able to guide the people into a spiritual trek. Otherwise, why to travel so many months in the Himalaya? What's the point about it? There's no point unless you are finally taking your experience and giving it to others. And this was a very amazing experience. We all came back. We came back to Lag BaOmer, and we felt that we are completely different people. Our prayer were different, and people started to put tefillin. Some people started to eat kosher. Some people started to keep Shabbos. Without telling me, I didn't tell them anything. We just felt that this is the right thing to do. It's amazing to see. Just like, you know, you are under Mount Sinai, and you understand, yes, there is a Shem, you have to take seriously what he wants from you. It's obviously. So it was very, very beautiful. L'chaim, l'chaim.
From the trip, because they have a philosophy of respect for life.
I don't think they had they made a connection between the two.
You said they made a few connections already, kosher.
But I don't think vegetarian is part of the commands.
All over Chazal. You can only eat if you're a Talmid Chacham. You're not allowed to kill animal for no reason unless you're hungry. It's all over. It's not in one place in Gemara.
I want to share with you something very special. You know that every time that we are in India, from one side it's an amazing experience of being in touch with sweet, deep souls. From another aspect, it's very hard. Baruch Hashem, we have, thanks God, 10 children, and wow. to be able to grow them over there, educate them over there, give them a feeling of some growth also as children. It's something very challenging. And what we try to do, we try that at least every year we will go for a few months to Israel during the winter time in order to give them a feeling of kehila, of maybe meeting a few friends, see the family in Israel and all that. Now last year, it was just the end of Tishrei. We already had tickets to go back to Israel, and we saw that there are still a lot of Jews although it was off-season, there's a lot of Jews in Daramsalah. So we decided to cancel the flight. We could not cancel the tickets. I'm passing here a page that you can fill up your name and details. So next time that I'm coming, we can invite you again, because we will do also during this trip. I'm going to stay for about a week, and I'll do a few sessions of classes and meditations and all kinds of things, so I can spread it over.
Print clearly.
Yeah, if you can.
Otherwise, there's
right.
no point.
Right. If you can just write it clearly, especially the letters of the name and the email. So anyway,
take a meditative breath before you write your name, and then one more meditative breath before you write your email, so it's nice and clear.
Forget your doctorate.
So anyway, we decided to stay. We lost the tickets. It cost us $3,000, the tickets for all the family, to lose them. But we said, there's so many Jews around, we cannot leave the place. And I said, not only that we're not leaving the place, it's going to be off-season. During the season, what we offer to the people, we offer them to join us for 1 or 2 weeks Kabbalah course, which is actually a journey. These courses are journey, an inner journey, just a real lech lecha. But in the winter, we have less people, and I want the people to stay longer. I offered a 3-month course. 1 month of Jewish meditation based on this book that I wrote, and 1 month of psychology by the Kabbalah, and another month of understanding the anatomy of the soul according to Kabbalah and Chassidus. So it's really every day, it's a 4 hours learn, 4 hours class, and it's a very practical thing. People do things every day, they have missions every day, they have to do things. So they really have to go through it. It's not that they come and listen, they have to be part of it. So I published that we are starting a 3-month Kabbalah course. And then it was Erev Shabbos, and a guy comes, just a year ago, exactly a year ago.
Keep the sheet, sign-up sheet going around. Oh, it's going around?
And he said, I heard that there is a Kabbalah course starting Sunday. So the guy over there, which was a Bachur, one of the Bachurim, is saying yes. Say, okay, I want to join it. I said, no problem. What's your name? He said his name. Let's call him Gabi, okay, just for the matter. And then the Bachur is seeing that Gabi has on his finger a ring. So he said, I see that you're married. So the Gabi is saying, yeah, I'm married. So he's asking him, so where's your wife? So he said, I'm married to a man. For the last 6 years, I live with a man, and we got married in America. We have a proper, I don't know what. And okay, so the Bachur, the Lubavitcher Bachur, was completely shocked. Didn't know what to do. He ran to me. He said, listen, there's a guy here who wants to join the Kabbalah course, and this is the situation with him. So I told him, so what? Welcome. Of course, he needs it more than anyone else. He came, and I ignored the matter, and he stayed for the first 2 weeks of the Kabbalah course, which was, as I told you, the first one was a meditation, Jewish meditation, which is a very intensive thing. You learn for a few hours, then you meditate, and not only that you meditate, you also sing the Lubavitcher songs, the Lubavitcher Nigunim, and you learn how to relax. And you have to, what do you mean you have to? We want to get to a point in which we have a direct experience of our connection with Hashem.
Wow.
So after 2 weeks, he said, I want to have a private talk with you. So I told him, wonderful, I'll be happy to do it. And then this is the first time that he told me that, listen, this is the situation in my life. I'm 33 years old, and since I was in a kindergarten, I was attracted only to men. I never had a relationship with a woman, and I really connect to everything that we learn here. But I understand that Hashem doesn't like the style of my life. What I'm supposed to do with it? So I told him that we're not going to deal with the problem in a direct way. What we will do, we will learn Chassidus and Kabbalah, and hopefully the light of that will give you a clear view about what you're supposed to do with this matter in your life. Okay, he accepted it. It was not easy for him to stay, but he found it very fascinating. And then Shabbos afterwards, I told him, Gabi, maybe you want to share with us some private story. You know, sometimes travelers, I ask them to tell something from their lives. So he said, yes, I have a story. I want to share with you a story. So he says that he lives in Tel Aviv. He's working the Bursa in Tel Aviv, Ramat Gan. And he said that he felt a big frustration. He didn't, Vitali.
Yeah.
He didn't understood exactly what is the problem, but he felt that something is wrong in his life. And he's not religious, but he got the tefillin when he was 13 years old. And he decided to put the tefillin and to ask from Hashem to give him guidance, to give him a direction. So he said, it's very hard for me to put tefillin. Mamish, there is a lot of resistance. But finally I was able to do it. I was putting the tefillin and standing in front of Hashem, telling him, Hashem, give me a direction. What I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to go. And then he said that he saw a vision in the middle of the prayer. And this is a serious person. We're not talking about a person that took drugs or anything. It's a Masudar person. He goes to work every day, 5 o'clock in the morning. He has a very good job. He's very serious about what he's doing. You see a vision. In the middle of the time of the prayer with the tefillin, you see a vision. You see a vision of 2 mountains opening. And from the mountains, you see like a sunrise of letters. So he doesn't understand what's this letter. He doesn't understand the word. What is the word? The word doesn't tell him anything. So he goes to Google, and he's putting on Google the letters that he saw. And he saw Daled, Reish, Mem, Samech, Lamed, Hey, Daramsalah. And you see that Daramsalah is a place in North India. What's the connection? I'm here in Ramat Gan, in Tel Aviv. This guy is an Easternist. He likes clean places. He cannot bear anything which is connected to the third world. What do you mean, Daramsalah? Is it a joke? I have to go to North India? And depends. And finally, thank you. Finally, he started to think. Said, if Hashem would tell me to go to America, no problem. To go to Europe, no problem. But to go to India, that's not me. Puts the tefillin off, go back to his work. Then he started to think. I asked for a direction to my life, and Hashem gave me a direction. Now I'm ignoring it. How can it be? He quit the job. And he bought a ticket to India. And all his friends and family told him, Gabi, you're crazy, it's not a place for you. How you can leave such a job? It's a wonderful job. It's a wonderful salary. He said, I can't explain now, I have to go. he went, he bought a ticket to India. And everything he's telling in Shabbos table. And he's telling, I'm coming to India and I can't understand what I'm doing here. There's nothing here for me. And then I meet an Israeli guy. He said, if you want to be near in a better place, don't stay here. Go to a village. Daramsalah is the main city, so-called. It's one street, but it's called city. And if you leave Daramsalah, you go up to Daramkot. Over there, it's nice. There are fields, there are mountains. Go over there. So he said, I took a taxi and I went to Daramkot, end of the road. You get to a village. All the restaurants are in Hebrew. All the signs in Hebrew. Just like a kibbutz in the middle of the Himalaya. And he's sitting in one of the restaurants. And again, he's asking himself, what I'm doing here? Why Hashem sent me here? And then he said that suddenly 3 children went into the restaurant. And he saw that the Jewish children with the yarmulke and payas and tzitzis. And they come to him, they give him a note. He told him, Shalom Aleichem, my name is Israel, Mendel, Shiloh. We are from the Chabad house. You know that today is Friday, there's a Kabbalat Shabbat. And Sunday, our father is starting a 3-month Kabbalah course. You are invited to join. So he said that in the minute that happened, he understood why Hashem sent him there. And he understood that Hashem sent him in order to learn in the Chabad house. So he stayed with us a month. And after a month, he came to me and he said, I understand that doesn't matter what will be the result, I cannot go on with this style of my life. I have to go to Israel and to tell to my partner, we have to make a divorce, we have to finish with this. So I told him there's no point in going to Israel. You can write him a letter. And you can talk with him on the phone. You can stay here and learn. You still have a lot to learn. So for a few days he was very confused. He booked a ticket, he canceled the ticket, he booked a ticket, he canceled the ticket. Finally, his partner from Israel, another Israeli, felt that something there is changed. And Gabi told him, that's it, I'm making tshuva. I can't live it with you anymore. And everything was, he cried and everything, and it was a very hard thing. And then I told him, maybe it's a time to write to the Rebbe. We have Igros HaKodesh. You're going through a very difficult time in your life, a very critical time in your life. Write to the Rebbe. He wrote to the Rebbe a letter, and the letter that came in the Igros HaKodesh was an amazing thing. First of all, the Rebbe wrote him a whole letter about tshuva, how important it's to make tshuva. And in the end of the letter, the Rabbi is writing for him, Mazel Tov for the new son that was born. Now, the new son that was born. Now, what does it mean, the new son? Who is the new son?
He is.
He is the new son. He was reborn as a boy, 33 years. And then he said, I don't know what to do. I mean, what is my identity? What, I'm going to live alone all my life? I cannot marry a woman. I cannot cheat her and tell her that I love her. It's not going to happen. So what? Hashem wants me to live a lonely life? I told him, I don't know. Let's go on. Another month. The second month is the month of anatomy by the Kabbalah. Going power by power. There are 10 powers in the soul, 10 sefirot. Each one of us has a connection to one of them usually. It's a very interesting thing, and everyone is identifying their character through the learning. And after that month, he decided that he's not going back to Israel directly. First of all, he's going to fly to the Rebbe. He understands that he cannot overcome the challenge by himself. He has to go and pray by the Rebbe and ask him for help in order to be able to stand in the Nisayon. So I said, okay, that's very nice, but stay another month and try to, because he already booked a ticket to the Rebbe, and Kitzur, he was very confused. So he stayed another month. And the last month was psychology by the Kabbalah. It's 9 steps of dealing with challenges in our life. Very practical course.
It's easier than the 12 step.
12 steps is coming, unfortunately, from Christianity.
And where's the psychology coming from, that you said, the Kabbalah?
This is coming from the Baal Shem Tov.
Baal Shem Tov was teaching psychology?
Yes. He was writing in his book how to do this process. And it was developed in a much larger and deeper way by Rabbi Yitzchak Ginsburg from Far Chabad.
And any clinics picked up on it, or not yet?
Yes.
There are clinics, like I mean clinics, not
clinics.
friends that are in clinics. Got it.
In Jerusalem. They are very successful, Baruch Hashem.
It has to pass the test of time if it's science, but I'm not arguing, I'm just saying successful means that the study is successful as its test, not as in many believers. Christianity collects a lot of believers, and so does Islam, but that doesn't give credence to their prophets.
Anyway,
I just didn't know the Baal Shem Tov was psychology, but if yes, I'll study it because I like psychology. Why not? I like the Baal Shem Tov.
Don't only study it. Try to live by it.
I'll try to help people with it. If it's like you say, it's been proven and used in a clinic and it's helpful.
Right.
If it's helpful, then it's truth, and if it's truth, everybody wants it, right?
Right. But it's demanding.
It's not about demanding. It's about science as a tool to help people. It's regardless of you want someone to learn how to switch his anatomy and do magic. That's something else, which is great if it works. But this is about helping others, and you can't help people based on a failed test, right? You don't want to do that. You have to give the best eitzah, right?
So we are talking about the test now. So
I thought you were talking about the eitzah. You said psychology according to Kabbalah. You're giving a class.
I'm talking about the facts. I'm telling a story about the facts.
You're giving a class in psychology and Kabbalah.
What are you trying to say?
You heard what we're trying to say.
I didn't.
Oh, so listen in next time.
So after this 2.5 or 3 months, this guy was already, Baruch Hashem, keeping Shabbos, kosher, tefillin every day, and taking upon himself to avoid himself from this tendency that he has. And he's flying to the Rebbe, and after 2 weeks by the Rebbe, he comes back to Israel and starts to learn in the yeshiva. Now we came back to Israel in Tevet. Never mind. And I called him and I told him I'm in Israel. Let's meet. And he comes to the meeting with a girlfriend. And he's telling me that something has changed in his character. And actually he knows the girl because they were together in high school, and she knows all the story about him. He was never attracted to her, but now he is. And they decide to get married.
Wow.
So of course I was very happy for him, and I told him just slowly, just make sure that it's real. But Aleph Nisan, they were already married. And Baruch Hashem, today she's expecting, in 2 months she's about to give birth.
That's the point.
And the amazing thing is that I met him, I was visiting Israel for a week or two, just 2 months ago. And I asked him, how can it be that you told me that you will never be attracted to a woman? What made the change? So he said that after writing to the Rebbe, he just let go of all his private will, that I want to have this and I want to have that. He was completely surrendering to the fact that he is going to live according to Torah life. Doesn't matter what will be the result of that. If you will stay lonely, if you will be sad, doesn't matter. He has to go according to halacha. And he said that when he was able to, when he did this surrendering, complete surrendering, so he just felt that this Yetzer Hara left him. And something was changed. He just like got a new neshama. And from this point on, he was not attracted to men anymore. And of course he has an Isai and he has to be careful in life. He has to see what he's doing in order to keep himself in the right track. But for sure, for him it was a real cure. And Hashem sent him all the way from Ramat Gan to Daramsalah in a direct vision, just in order to do these steps and to go out of it. And we were, Baruch Hashem, sensitive enough to cancel the tickets and to stay there. Because that's another miracle. We were supposed to be on an airplane. The day he arrived, we were supposed to fly away. This was the plan.
How did your kids find him? They just...
No, they are going every Friday. They are going all over the restaurants, the guest houses, the villages. They are inviting the people. This is their duty in the streets. So it's amazing to see how Hashem is sending the neshamas to the right place in order for them to have a real cure. And for sure, each one of us needs a cure. And if we will take seriously the power of Torah, the power of Chassidus, we'll be able to cure ourselves, others, and to be much more connected to our real identities. Chaim l'chaim.
Need a good nigga now.
Oh, she.